Hello, fellow learners. I would like to welcome you all to a completely new topic, distribution channel. Most of us might have undergone a basic need and application wherein the four P's of marketing, that is called as marketing mix, are studied, which include product, price, place, and promotion. We can safely say that all these four P's form a very critical aspect of forming a marketing mix solution, out of which availability of product or distribution channel plays a really important role while finalizing or understanding of how the product or the possibility of engulfing and reaching to the end market is being processed, where distribution channel plays a really important role. So in today's topic of understanding, we will like to know how a distribution channel plays a really important role in ensuring the success of any product. So shall we start? Well, better late than anything else. Our first topic here would be understanding of marketing channel, as it is a quite knowledge that marketing channel will consist of B2B and B2C channel, which literally means industrial market, that is B2B, consumer market, that is B2C. We can safely say all these characteristics will differ based on the product which is being sold. An industrial market generally consists of smaller steps or lower number of intermediaries to reach the customers, whereas in consumer market or a B2C market, the customer will be the last chain, and because the customer is quite dispersed or available in the long far off area, hence the number of distribution channel members or intermediaries will be higher as compared to any other company. Let us, for example, consider a product called as FMCG product, that is, let's say a soap like Lux, which is being produced in Delhi, will be transferred to Noida, from where the trucks will travel till, let's say, about Itasi or Bhopal, from which the central distribution will take place, and some trucks will travel towards Rajasthan, some will go towards Bihar, while others will come down towards Nagpur. So we will have a manufacturer, we will have a company representative, we will have a distribution channel, we will have a wholesaler and a retailer before the Lux soap reaches to us. Hence, we can safely say that FMCG goods will require a longer production channel as compared to any other products. Now, the main question arises, what are the key important aspects while deciding the distribution channel length and characteristics for being an industrial market solution or a consumer market solution? So why wait when we can have all being placed on the platter? Let us go ahead and understand. The channel decisions are basically based on some of the important and key factors, such as product characteristics like purchase frequency. It is one of the most important aspects, that whether the product is more frequently purchased or is it once in a blue moon being purchased. So for the products like FMCG, toothpaste, biscuits, it will require an extensive distribution, as it requires a lower financial consideration from the point of purchaser, and they are purchased regularly. These are the products which are not which do not require a considerable buying tension, and hence we can definitely say that even in the nook and corner of, let's say, Ramtek, Bhandara, the product should be made available. Hence the purchase frequency plays a really important role while deciding the size of the distribution channel in channel decision. Second would be perishability. Perishability plays a really important role while deciding upon the length of channel production. So a product like a milk product, let's say sweet, will require a shorter duration to reach to a customer, and hence the number of intermediaries will be less. Whereas the FMCG products like soap and shampoo are not considered perishable, and hence can even survive the longer distribution channel and can be made available to the nook and corner of the villages as well. Next point would be selling price per unit. It is one of the most concept while considering the distribution channel length as well as deciding upon the profit margin. The larger distribution channel will directly result into understanding of the fact that larger distribution channel will require sharing and splitting of profit. and hence selling price per unit plays a really important role while deciding the length of the channel. Next point is weight and technicality of the product. We can safely say that weight and technicality involved will be directly proportional to the length of channel. Higher the weight or technicality, shorter will be the channel, whereas the product which is less in weight and does not confine to its technicality or do not require any technical assistance can have a longer decision making or a longer channel. For example, automobile versus FMCG products. Next point in the line would be standardization or made to order products. While the product is being standardized or it is being subsidized, it is easier for products to be sold at the different areas and to the far nook and corner. Whereas if the product is being customized or is being made to order, then the channel decision would be taken keeping in mind the target customers, and hence channel frequency will be shorter. Going further, the next slide discusses about market factors. When we talk about market factors, it basically means how the decisions will be taken depending upon the characteristics of the market. First point here is consumer or industrial market. The producer, or let's say a consumer product being produced by a channel, will need to understand whether the product is being sold to an end consumer or whether it will be processed to be resold in an industrial market. So the consideration of B2B versus a B2C market. And as we rightly found out in the first slide itself, a B2C channel will require a longer distribution as compared to B2B, that is industrial market. Next would be number of purchases. Where the number of consumers is large, the channel may be indirect or much more extensive as compared to a direct channel. Wholesalers and retailers become necessary in FMCG or non-technical products where the purchase frequency is quite high. Next is size of orders. When the customer purchases the product in a small quantity or infrequently, then it can have a direct marketing channel or a shorter marketing channel. Generally, the B2C markets do not purchase in bulk but believe in purchasing as per need, and hence size of order would be shorter but the number of frequencies or the number of buyers would be higher. Next point in the line is geographical distribution. When we talk about geographical distribution, if the customers are geographically dispersed, their channel should be long in order to reach the target market. In contrast, if the customer segmentation is targeted and concentrated, then direct selling is one of the best options to cut down on the cost or increase profitability. Next slide is basically about company factors and discusses the factors which are directly associated with financial might of the company. The company which is having a deep pocket will have a direct impact on taking the decision regarding the purchase frequency. First point here is financial factor. The financial might or the financial strength of a company will have a key role while determining how the marketing is being handled. The deep pockets will enable the higher number of middlemen and longer channel so that an extensive distribution channel approach can be accepted. Next point is about size of the company. A large company already handling a wide line of products and in a good position can have an additional product line and handle it in a similar way. So a larger size company can have deep pockets, higher profitability, and hence can command an extensive distribution channel or can distribute in the far nook and corner by keeping in mind without compromising in their profit. Next topic is about product mix. A product mix can be defined as the variety or the availability of different products which is made available in terms of market. A fresh expansion of the plant capacity may require a more aggressive channel, and hence if a new product line or if a new product general category is being added, then the company needs to decide whether the channel which is going to be used will be similar in nature or an entirely new channel can be used. Last point here is marketing policy. The company's marketing policies such as speed delivery, after sales service, requirement of installation services, or for that matter, even executionary policies will require a due deliberation with middlemen. So marketing policies such as after sales service, direct sales should be taken into consideration while deciding upon the required factors of decision making while finalizing the length of channel. It can also be understood that B2B versus B2C channel will have a huge impact while deciding upon the marketing policies. A B2C product such as FMCG won't be requiring any next door purchasing assistance, whereas any B2B selling would require after sale purchase, after service, sales service, as well as installation and assistance while the product is being delivered, which cannot be ignored because though the size of the order can be highly large, the technicalities involved are quite complex. So, a retailer or a seller cannot ignore the fact that while marketing policies for B2C and B2B should be different, the product which is being sold and how is it being sold should be considered often. Next in line is middleman consideration. While considering middlemen, it is one of the highly important aspects to consider the length of the channel, and depending upon the length of the channel, how many middlemen has to be used. So what are the few points which we are going to discuss? First point is services by the middleman. Some products which are technical in nature will require a higher service, and hence the choice of channel depends upon the strength and weaknesses of various middlemen. Let's understand, if the product requires a higher service, then the number of middlemen would be higher. For example, a Hero Honda will require the regular distributor as well as a particular shop wherein the after sales service or servicing of the automobile can be produced or provided. And hence an FMCG would require a longer distribution chain, whereas an automobile will require a service for them from the side of middleman. Availability of the middleman. The kind of specialist the marketing manager would like to use may not even be available or willing to cooperate, especially if the company is a late entrant or a new entrant. Generally, the middlemen have a union and have already an established market. Most of the times, we can safely say, unless and until we are very much sure and thorough with the concept, the availability of middlemen can only be considered by propensity or offering a better deal. When an already established company is available and has tied up with the middleman, it becomes quite a difficult task for us to find a new middleman and an established middleman. Next point would be sell volume potential. To ensure the absorption of the desired volume of product, the channel should be capable enough of reaching sufficient number of ultimate buyers. In order to reach the sufficient number of ultimate buyers, we need to understand that the segmentation strategy has to be flawless. We need to understand, unless and until there is a sale volume potential, nobody is going to touch our product. So, better brand, better sale volume potential will also improvise and ensure that the middlemen can consider our products while having a negotiable impact. The last point of the consideration is cost of channel usage. Now, my dear friends, as we know, no business can sustain without ensuring profit, and hence, in order to ensure profit, we must understand the number of middlemen being added will directly eat up the profit that we are going to earn, and hence the cost of channel usage forms a highly important and pragmatic way of considering whether the product can be used or not used, or a channel can be used for a particular product or not. A product which will be lower on MRP and lower on turnover cannot be considered or cannot be given to a longer channel. And so is vice versa true for a channel which will require a higher reputation value, can command a higher pragmatic approach, can have a higher sale volume approach, and can also have a higher MRP. I hope all the concepts were clear, loud and clear. So, if you feel that there is any query, you can contact me or get back to me. Tata.